Hi kids, welcome back. Okay, as you can see, it's very dark, it's very late. I'm recording this on Saturday night after just finishing the finale of the second season of Doctor Who. Okay, I'm trying to keep this short because I don't want to ramble. Okay, so first things first, this is very, very important for you to know. I am not a hater, right? Okay. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know I try to see the good in every bad, and I occasionally see the bad in good stuff. But I try to be balanced, I try to be honest. And my big loves in life are Doctor Who, Star Wars, Marvel, Blake 7, that kind of thing, right? They're constants, pretty much. Now, here comes the bad news. I was not impressed with this finale. I'm sorry. And like I say, I'm not a hater. I'll give you some reasons why. And before we go any further, spoilers in this video, okay? So don't be typing comments underneath going, you ruined it for me. I haven't seen it yet. They're going to be spoilers, okay? I can't talk about this finale without going into spoilers. So here's your warning to click away. But with that said, let's talk about the finale. Now, there was a lot going on. I did say there's a lot of loose ends to tie up from the Wish World episode, and there was. The episode was 1 hour, let me just check, where's my bit of paper? 1 hour and 7 minutes long. They conveniently swept the Ranis and the Omega stuff under the carpet in 36 minutes. It was like, yeah, a bit of an explosion. There was a scene before the actual sort of climax of the Omega thing. There was a scene of at least 6 or 7 minutes, full exposition, standing around in the unit place, which was boring as heck. I was like, oh, for goodness sake. Anyway, that said, Omega, they dragged out the Omega reveal as well. Goodness me. Just open a door and have the guy in the Three Doctors outfit step out. But no, Omega was this giant CG bone thing. Very similar to Sutek. Picked up the one Rani, gobbled her up. And then the other one, fair play to Anita Dobson or Russell T Davies. At least she said the whole two Ranis, that's goodbye from me and goodbye from her type thing. And she disappeared, leaving her to fight another day with the time ring, which is a callback. But it was like Doctor pulls out this Vindicator, which is essentially a laser gun now. Shoots it, he goes back through his doorway, and that's that. And it's like, okay. I'm like, oh, is that it? Is that the episode? What's he going to do? Regenerate now, is he? No, we've got another 30 minutes of the episode left. And it just turned into a hugely long bit of soap opera, which I found boring as heck. Mel didn't die. That's one thing. But yeah, it was like this whole thing about Poppy, and it went on and on and on. Poppy was locked in a zero room with Belinda, for her safety, and like he finally got back and said, yes, Poppy's there, Poppy's safe, as if there was any other outcome. Of course, Poppy would survive. And then it was there was it was 6 or 7 minutes in the TARDIS of really uncomfortable scenes where the Doctor and Belinda were gushing over each other. Oh, we can go here, we can go there, we can do this, we can all this. And Ruby standing in the background, completely ignored. And then when they got back to unit, Ruby standing there going, but there's stuff happening, there's like Poppy's missing and all this kind of stuff. And they're just kind of ignoring her. And for someone who was this, the legend of Ruby Sunday, and she was the first companion for Ncuti, it was just kind of like, it felt a little bit kind of like she didn't get a satisfying payoff kind of thing. Conrad survived, which was also very unsatisfying considering how much of a horrible git he is. They just sort of wiped his memory and put him in a kitchen somewhere. And then it was like, Ruby finally persuades everyone that Poppy did exist, and so the Doctor has to go find the universe or the dimension where where Poppy is. And he does. He goes into the TARDIS, and here come the bigger spoilers. So he's thinking, right, it looks like I'm going to have to. I've missed this face. So you think, oh, right, regeneration's on there. I don't know why he's regenerating. If someone can explain to me why he decided to regenerate, I mean, he wasn't hurt, he wasn't injured, he wasn't, mortally wounded or anything. He wasn't old, he wasn't like radiated or anything. Okay. So anyway, he's mumbling about regenerating, and all of a sudden, Jodie appears. I did say in my previous list of 10 weird rumors, retcon to Jodie. There wasn't a retcon to Jodie, but she made an appearance. So that kind of is number 9, where I mentioned a multi-doctor. It wasn't a multi-doctor finale. It was just bringing her in to say, oh, by the way, if you do this, this, and this on the TARDIS, and all this kind of... There was a little bit of Thasmin there. He said, I love you to Jodie, and Jodie said, oh, I should have said that to Yasmin. Oh, God. All right, okay. Whatever, keep the shippers happy. And then she disappeared. And then there was a little bit more not sitcom, soap opera stuff. He goes back to where Belinda's living with her mother and Poppy. Everyone's safe and happy, and it goes on and on and on. I'm like, oh, okay, it's turned into a soap opera. And finally, he makes his goodbyes and flies out into space in the TARDIS. And guess what? It's regeneration time. I still don't know why he's regenerating. And the regeneration is like hanging outside the front of the TARDIS, giving it the whole whoa. And we zoom in, and guess what? The number one rumor on my previous video. Billie Piper is Doctor number 16. She literally just smiles at the camera with tears in her eyes and says, oh, hello. And that's it. So, what did I think of all that? I found it overly inflated and stretched out. It should have been an action-packed finale, and we got a little bit of action up to the 36-minute mark, and then it was soap opera all the way, pretty much. The whole Billie Piper thing, I'm sorry, I know the fans are loving it at the moment, and don't hate me. I'm just saying it didn't work for me. It felt like jumping the shark. I said in my previous video that Billie Piper is intrinsically linked to the role of Rose Tyler, and why not bring Rose Tyler back? If she wants to be in the show that much, and Russell wants her in the show much, bring her back as Rose Tyler, or bring her back as the Bad Wolf or whatever, or the Moment, or whatever it was from the 50th. But I think they jumped the shark. I think they missed a huge opportunity to bring in a brand new actor. It didn't even have to be one of the favorites everyone was talking about. It could have been a completely unknown, like they did with Matt Smith, and everyone went, oh, don't know about that. And he turned out to be brilliant. But no, I think it was a massive missed opportunity. Stunt casting again, just like when David Tennant came back. It was like, oh, this will guarantee us some more viewers, but we still don't know if there's a hiatus or not happening. We'll find that out in the coming days or weeks, probably. And yeah, I'm really sorry, because I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to love it. Shooty is gone after 2 seasons. I mean, is the Doctor ever really gone? Because Jodie popped back, David Tennant popped back. There was no sign of Joe Martin. Looking at my list, thank goodness they didn't dismiss Omega as toxic masculinity. Poppy isn't Joe Martin. Poppy isn't Susan's mum. No mention of Susan. No mention of Rogue. Bizarre. So is Billy's Doctor going to be searching for Rogue now and having a lovey-dovey thing with him? Who knows? War Between Land and the Sea is not season 3, but there was a trailer for it, which I thought was okay. Looks expensive, but I still think the creatures, if they're redesigned Silurians or whatever, the whole green scaly with the fin ears, I just think they look 1950s pulp sci-fi. Of all the stuff you can do with prosthetics and CG and all sorts of stuff nowadays, I mean, Buffy the Vampire Slayer had some better creatures than those frog-eared lizard things. They were not good. I'm not slagging off the effects or the prosthetic work or anything at all, but it's just the design of them is just not, I mean, it's fine if you're doing a kitsch kind of 50s type thing, but you're supposed to do a serious drama and you've got these green things with fins for ears. And again, I try not to bring this whole thing down. And I know for a fact that my subscriber count's going to go. But look, I've got to be truthful to myself. If you enjoyed it, awesome. Fantastic. I'm super happy for you. I wish I was in the same boat as you, but I'm not. I was not. I haven't been impressed with the entire series. Not that I hated the entire series. It's been watchable for the most part. But this was a disappointing finale. They stretched out the regeneration much like they did with David Tennant's exit, didn't they? He started to regenerate and kind of stopped. They went, no, 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 not yet. Did the rounds with Sarah Jane and Mickey Smith and all these other things. And then it's like, oh, I don't want to go. And then off he went. But that, I think that worked a little better. This one was giving Shooty the send-off as if he'd had 7 years as the Doctor and he just had 16 episodes. Yeah, I'm not going to keep raking over all the things that worked, and the special effects were good, the performances for the most part were good, but it all seemed a little bit, I don't know what the word is, contrived or convenient, you know. It just didn't satisfy, you know, and I'm sad it felt unsatisfying. Traditionally, Doctor Who finales are supposed to be, you know, usually amazing and kind of like, oh, edge of the seat stuff. But this one was a real damp squib for me. It was a real letdown. The one thing I can say is that possibly, if they're announcing Billy now, then they have got the go-ahead for season 3. If they haven't, Billy's going to have to wait a couple of years before she can get going again. Who knows? Anyway, who knows? So anyway, what did you think? I'm sorry about the spoilers. I'm sorry about the negativity. I really wanted to enjoy it. Like I said, it didn't quite do it. Still, that's the thing. I mean, back in the day, I was a massive fan of Tom Baker, a massive fan of Peter Davison, was not enamored with Colin Baker, unfortunately. And I've worked with Colin Baker and I love the guy. But, you know, it was not a good time to be a Doctor Who fan, or it wasn't a very satisfying Doctor for me. I wasn't too enamored with Peter Capaldi, especially to start off with, when he was very, very grumpy and horrible, but he mellowed out, didn't he? But that's the way it is. Sometimes things aren't laid out the way you want them to be. There's no doubt lots of people out there who are partying tonight, loving it, and great. You know, that's awesome, because we do live in a world where negativity is rife, and if you can get some joy out of anything, milk it. Milk that joy, guys. I'm serious. This one wasn't my stop, as they say. I'll wait for the next stop. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Let's find out if we got season 3, and also War Between the Land and the Sea is coming up, which is essentially Torchwood with fish. And with that said, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.